Hello, everyone. Welcome to Targeting Winners. Thank you for joining me. I'm joined today, as usual, by Peter and Darren. How you guys doing?
Not too bad. Getting near a new year, so almost 2026. Happy to be here again. Excited for the playoff games coming up and all of that. So looking forward to a good week.
Yeah, are you sunburned yet? You look like you're.
I'm toast up nice and brown at this point. It's been a month and a half, so I'm cooked up at a nice level. It's not bad.
Darren, any sunburn for you?
No, and Pete can fuck all the way off. After the snow we had from our last show, we've been blessed with freezing rain. I hate New York. Tim, find me a house in Florida. Anytime you've got a free hour on your hands, I will pack up and move immediately.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about the games. We're also going to get to Pete got a second Christmas present. He had one Sean Moore extremely early, one right around Christmas time with a new coach at Michigan. And we'll get into our picks. But first, if you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple Podcast, thank you very much. Please consider following the show and maybe sharing the episode with your friends. Maybe tell them about us. If you're watching us on YouTube, please like and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. It keeps us going and it helps us out. And it's free and easy. So, Peter.
Can I give a shout out to specifically the Spotify people? Because they send you your numbers and your stats every year, how your show's doing, and we've kind of grown a lot on Spotify. So to all you guys that have joined us and listened to us, we put audio up there, we put the video up there as well. So for you Spotify peeps, thanks very much. We had a really good year, and you guys were a big part of that. So
yes, thank you.
Much thanks.
Yes,
thank you.
Absolutely. So, Peter, you had no coach. Now you've got a coach.
Yes. We have a coach that, I mean, it's a good hire, right? It's not, to me, it's not a home run hire. I've seen it kicked around as such. It's a home run. It's a home run hire in the sense that he's somebody who can stabilize the program, right? He's somebody who, created a culture and a program, at Utah for a long time. That's a quality program, quality culture, all of that. Hall of Fame coach there. I mean, a guy that is going to be the right kind of coach that Michigan needs right now. There's been enough nonsense, enough scandals, enough of the stuff that's going on. We needed this type of person, whether him or not. It's what we needed, right? We didn't need, kind of a young, coordinator coming in. We didn't need that, right? We needed, experienced coach who's been there, done it, and all of that. And so I think from that perspective, it's a great hire. Yeah, I mean, do I see national championships coming anytime soon? I do not. But do I see the program hopefully moving back toward a stable, respectful level? I do, right? And so that's good, right? Because I think that's what's needed right now. Is so from that perspective, I'm happy. I think it'll be a good thing, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better guy to come in and put out the fire and just get things kind of stable. And from that perspective, I'm happy. It's obviously not the guy I wanted. I'm a big PJ Fleck guy. We've talked about that. That wasn't going to happen anytime soon, but PJ's young enough. So maybe when, this goes its merry way a few years from now, maybe that'll be PJ's time. But at least at this moment, I'm pretty happy that we got pretty quickly through this process without rushing it. We got a coach that I'm happy with. And it seems that most people are pretty happy with, so that's a good thing. So overall, I'm happy, way better than we were. We have an actual coach rather than the guy that had been bashing for 2 years. So I'm good about that.
Well, actually, Mark from Coach's Hot Seat was all over it. The very next morning, we got an email. He had a similar take. He thinks that Michigan may be looking for another coach within a couple years. That Whittington's more of a stopgap kind of guy. Reminds me, during the off season, we are going to have some more content for you guys out there. One of the shows, I believe, sometime in February, we're going to do a live stream with Mark. So instead of a Ask Me Anything, it's going to be Ask Mark Anything. All your coaches. Do you have a date on that yet, Darren?
It looks like we're no pun intended, targeting the week of February 9th. That'll give us, Mark, and anybody else who's followed college football all year long, a nice little 2 or 3 week break after the national title game. He has agreed to do the show. We're gonna hammer out a day and time that worked best for him. He's 3 hours behind you and I, Tim, 2 hours behind Pete. So probably in the next, I'd probably say probably around the national championship week, maybe the Tuesday or Wednesday after that game's done. I will get with him, but yeah, it's a go. He's on board. He loves the idea. Probably set around an hour or so. Just bring your questions, coaches you love, coaches you hate. You want to know why your coach isn't fired yet? Chances are Mark knows why. So it should be a good time. And we do have a schedule that's, I would say, probably 85, 90%. I don't want to say set in stone because the dates can always change. But as far as some content in the off season, so, a lot of channels don't do that. We love college football, so we're going to talk about whatever. There'll be a lot of conference previews. We may even have some of those things live for some of the Power Four conferences. We'll see how it goes. But yes, Mark's live stream is ready to go sometime second week in February.
Yeah. Well, like we did a show with him a while back. I remember after we got done recording, I wish I kept the recording going because he was giving us some inside baseball with what happened with Reggie Bush, USC, and meeting the Moss kids family at one of the bowl games or whatever. But the stuff he was talking about with Reggie Bush's family was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I wish I had the recorder going, but oh well. But yeah, he knows his stuff. He's got some inside scoops. He's got some sources. Definitely check out coacheshotseat.com. And we'll have him here live to answer your questions in February. And with that, let's do some bowl games, guys. We got the Independence Bowl. It's going to be this Thursday at 2 o'clock, Shreveport, Louisiana. Louisiana Tech -7 with an over-under of 52.5 against Coastal Carolina. Darren, we will start with you on this one.
I'm never a fan of programs where the coach is gone most of the time, and Coastal Carolina does fit that bill as Tim Beck has left. Their defense coordinator is the interim for this game. So naturally, I would lean Louisiana Tech, but they're going to be rolling with their third string quarterback because Blake Baker and Evan Bullock are not expected to play here for Tech. Tech's never been known as an offensive powerhouse. This year, neither has Coastal Carolina. But as I look at DraftKings, I see the spread is sitting around 10. And while I don't have a bet on it, if I had to have a lean here, I would lean to take that 10 because I don't really know what we're going to get out of either offense. 10 just seems too good to pass up. Total's 50.5. I'd feel more confident if that was maybe around 43, 44. But I would lean the 10 here with Coastal. Not super confident in it, but that's where I would head.
And Peter, any thoughts?
Yeah, that total's been coming down. Opened at 52.5. I had 51.5. It's down to 50.5. So it's been coming down. No surprise based on what Darren said. I thought about going under in this game. I mean, to me, it's a bit of a coin flip, but based on all the factors that Darren just said, a little bit of a lacking offense on the La Tech side, with third string quarterback. I don't know what you're going to get on the Coastal side. I mean, it kind of sniffs an under here, but honestly, I don't know what's going to happen in this game. To me, it's a bit of a coin flip. So I agree with Darren. If you're going to do anything, maybe take those points. But otherwise, I don't know what to do with that. So I'm just staying away.
All right. Interesting takes on that one. We're going to move on. Music City Bowl. Again, this is on the 30th. 5:30 in Nashville. We got an opening line of Tennessee -6.5 with an over/under 61.5 against Illinois. Got a few portals and opt-outs there for each team. Well, Pete, we'll start with you. We got one of your Big Ten teams here. Where do you come down on this one here?
Yeah, I mean, this feels like scoring, right? I mean, to me, originally it felt like quite a bit of scoring. 61.5 is a pretty big number for a bowl. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, but it also felt like kind of the right number. And that's where I was struggling a bit with this. It's almost felt like a 50-50 to me with that number. Illinois has been all over the place this year in terms of scoring, so I don't really know if I can trust them to score enough. I was kind of leaning on the under on this just because I didn't know where it was going to go. But honestly, I really, really didn't. I mean, I think Tennessee is going to win this game. If I was doing anything, I might weigh those points with 6.5 and go with Tennessee just because of the way Illinois has been all year, kind of little Jekyll and Hyde-ish. So if I was going anywhere, I'd go there. But with that point total, whatever I'm trying to say there, I would not. I'm just going to move on. And Darren, you can
lay off the tequila. So let's move on here. I was actually leaning the under here. I was thinking about firing with the 61 just in case if the Illinois defense does show up. But Darren, where do you come down with this game?
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna leave this game alone, and actually, I officially did not have a play on this, but I see DraftKings Tennessee's down to 3.5, and that actually has me leaning toward the Volunteers in this one. Total, I had actually was a little bit different. I mean, Tennessee's defense, I'm complete ass, and their defensive coordinator has been fired, so I don't expect it to improve in this game. Illinois' opt-outs aren't. I mean, there's not any. I mean, Tennessee's got a lot. I mean, they have as many injuries as they have opt-outs. Um, Illinois doesn't really have a whole lot. I mean, one of their offensive linemen who started all 12 games is out, but that's pretty much it. But 3.5, I have a slightly strong lean towards Tennessee here.
Yeah, I only have so much room on these slides for the for the graphics, so I just put the first couple that I see.
You would need another page for Tennessee.
At least 2 more slides for all these opt-outs, especially one. I think the Nebraska game, Nebraska-Utah, we'll get to later on. They had a crap ton between the injuries and all the players out. It's just a colossal screw up here. So we got the Alamo Bowl coming up Tuesday on the 30th, 9 o'clock, San Antonio, Texas. Opening line USC -5.5. It opened up at, I believe it's 6.5 now. Over under a 55.5. We got a couple of big opt-outs there for TCU, or actually a transfer portal, actually. Let me see. We started with Darren last time, I believe. So, Peter, USC, TCU, where are you coming?
Yeah, so that number 55.5 is interesting. I mean, I'm leaning on the under in this game. I said I didn't play it, but I mean, it's not. This just feels like it's going to be a little less fireworks than what you would expect. I think the tempo is going to be a little slower than you would expect with this. I mean, at USC was, earlier in the season they were scoring quite a bit. That slowed down a little bit. So I really think you're going to see this game slower than expected. So I'm leaning under, not playing it here, but that's what I think is going to happen. So those are my thoughts.
And here we go with Darren. I believe we got a play on this one, don't we?
Yeah, it's up to 6.5, and I laid it with USC, man. I know they've got some people that have declared for the draft, especially at the wide receiver position. But you know what? Their QB, Jaden Maivia, is in. Josh Hoover is not for TCU, and I don't know how they are going to score points without Hoover playing. So anything 6.5, I mean 7, maybe I would avoid it a little, but if USC doesn't win this by double digits, I'll be stunned. Yeah, I got 1 unit USC laying the 6.5.
I was thinking the same thing. How is TCU going to score? Any stats on the backup? How much has he played this year? Anything? Or
not a whole heck of a lot, but I mean, USC's. I mean, we bash Lincoln Riley. Especially if you've been following Notre Dame Twitter. Now he's blaming Notre Dame for backing out of the rivalry when he spent most of his college career backing out of any tough games that he's been faced with. But the one thing he does do is he gets talent to come and play for him. So who's ever missing for USC, I expect just as high quality an athlete to fill in. I think the 6.5 is way low. It would not surprise me if by kickoff, what is this game tomorrow? Yeah, this is, I believe, late tomorrow. I wouldn't surprise me if this hits 7, but yeah, get it at 6.5 if you still can.
Jump on it if you can. All right. We got the ReliaQuest Bowl Wednesday the 31st, Tampa, Florida. You got Vanderbilt -4 with an over-under of 49.5 against Iowa. At the time I printed this slide, there were no opt-outs. I did not check this morning for corrections. I don't know if you've seen any. But, Darren, we'll start with you.
Yeah, looking real quick, I do see Vanderbilt's tight end Eli Stowers is opting out. That's obviously going to be a big blow to Vanderbilt's offense. But I'm looking at this spread now. I was getting 5.5. Oh, you do have it in there. Sorry. I would lean Iowa here, man. I mean, no matter what, they always say defense travels. So 5.5. I mean, it's not really anywhere near a key number. I would take Iowa here.
Peter, another Big Ten here. What you got?
Yeah, I like that. We know that I like Iowa. So in this position against Vandy, it makes a lot of sense to me. Total's 46.5. This is another one of those games that feels like a strong under to me. So I do have a play here. So I'm playing the under at 46.5 on this game. It just falls into, for me, it's like a probability game, like 70% under. I mean, that's just what the Iowa style defense does travel, as Darren said, and I expect we're going to see a lot of defense here. So getting to that 46.5 is going to be challenging, I think. So I feel pretty confident in the under here. So 1 unit on the under of 46.5 for me.
The tight end out for Vanderbilt's going to be he's probably going to be one of the top tight ends in the draft. I mean, might actually be the first one, maybe. I can't think of maybe the kid up there in Oregon. But yeah, he's one of the top tight ends. It's a big weapon for the Pavia Mafia. So, and another breakfast bowl here. We got the Tony the Tiger. So the Alamo Bowl, I believe this is, or the Sun Bowl. It's called the Frosted Flakes Bowl. It's, who doesn't love that? This Wednesday at 2:00 in Texas, we got Duke minus -1.5. It has moved to -3 with an over-under of 51.5 at open. It's now down to 49.5. Sam Levitt, I believe, is in the portal. Too many of the list for the rest of the way. I got some of the key ones on there. Peter, we'll start with you with Arizona State and Duke.
Yeah, I mean, with those opt-outs and the fact that this number is kind of declining would speak to those opt-outs. I mean, to me, I don't have a play here. It's just, for me, I mean, if I was going to do anything, I'd go under here. But with this many opt-outs on both sides, it's just challenging to play this game. So I don't know what to do with it, because I don't know who's going to be on the field at this point. But to me, I'd still lean under, but I'm not playing anything here. It's just too tough to play this.
All right, Darren.
I laid the 3 with Duke here. I am not a fan of the Blue Devils defense. I mean, last year they were excellent under Manny Diaz. I don't know what the hell happened this year. They look terrible. Mensa is still slated to play here for Duke. No reason why he would not. You had mentioned some of the opt-outs for Arizona State. I can't even fit the whole list of them on my screen. You mentioned Sam Levitt. He's gone. Their top receiver, Jordan Tyson, who's hurt and has declared for the NFL draft. One of their tight ends with 4 TDs is out. Their 2 starting tackles who have played all 12 games out. Their center out. 2 defensive linemen out. 2 linebackers, 3 cornerbacks, 2 safeties, all out. I mean, Duke's defense bad. I don't know what Arizona State's got left to take advantage of that. 3 looks almost like a late Christmas present. I mean, it's a little bit heavily juiced. Right now, I'm showing Duke -3, -112 on DraftKings. Yeah, I just don't know what Arizona State's got left to attack a Duke defense that really isn't that good. But again, quarterback play, give me Mensa over whoever the hell's taking snaps for Arizona State. So I laid the 3 here with the Blue Devils.
Yeah, I kind of agree there. Maybe even the under. Peter, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, maybe the under. I mean, I agree with laying those points. I mean, the under, as I said, there's so many opt-outs, it's really hard to say, but I don't know what Arizona State's going to do in terms of scoring. So that screams under as well. So, I mean, if anything, yeah, I'll lay the points first. If anything else, play the under. But it's just hard to tell. Ugh.
All right. Biff Poggi and the boys, Michigan, playing against Texas. This is Wednesday at 3 in Orlando, Florida. Texas, the opening line of -4.5. Moved to 7.5, I believe, currently as of yesterday. The over-under went from 46.5 to 48.5. Edge rusher opted out. I have to ask, is it Derek Moore? Any relation to the coach? Is that why he's opting out? Is there no relation there?
Okay. No. Do we have an edge rusher? Because I haven't seen one in weeks, but sure.
So I just,
yeah,
putting it out there. So, well, I think we'll let Darren go first and give you the floor for your boys after this.
Yeah, because I looked at this game and I want no part of this game whatsoever. Initially, I was leaning Texas, but I missed out on the best number, and their top 2 running backs have hit the portal. Actually, their top 3, because I believe Jarek Gibson, he actually left the team like midway through the season, but Jandre Moore's in the portal. They got a couple defensive linemen who have opted out, a couple linebackers who have opted out, like 4 secondary players have opted out, and their defense coordinator was fired. So that being said, I don't really know what the hell I'm going to get out of Michigan either. So I will watch this. Because I actually get off work at 3 o'clock on Wednesday. So it'll be a perfect segue from work to watching this game as a fan because I have no financial interest in this at all.
Peter, the floor is yours.
Ah, great. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna see. I mean, I think the Michigan defense is gonna just play pissed off. That's what I think is gonna happen after this whole thing about the team being embarrassed about all this nonsense. It is a defense that has talent, and they're kind of parting thing here. So I think they're gonna play pissed off. I don't know what the offense is gonna do, and I don't even care because with this number, I'm betting the under anyway here. And I don't care what Texas offense is going to do because I think Michigan's going to largely shut them down. I haven't been impressed with their offense. As I said many times before, when Texas plays a really good defense, especially a Big Ten one, they get shut down. So I expect that will happen here. So this screams the under. I think Texas will probably win because Michigan is, who knows, it's just completely dismantled at this point. But I do expect Michigan's defense to show up. They better show up, or I'm going to throw something through the TV. So from that perspective, I expect the under should play pretty nicely. This is definitely not going to be a shootout. I don't see how this turns into a shootout in any way, shape, or form. So to me, that 48.5 is what I got, is a pretty high number for a game that's not going to be a shootout. There is literally no chance this is going to be a shootout. It's like it might be a 10 game or something, or 20, who knows, but not a shootout. So, and from that perspective, I feel pretty confident with the under. I do not feel confident in my team. So those are my thoughts.
Any chance Whittingham keeps Biff Poggi on the staff?
If he's smart, he will.
He might. I mean, he might. I mean, everybody likes the guy. He's held his team together. If they go out there play well for Biff.
I want to bet Michigan so bad, but I mean, I really hope they win this game.
Yeah.
So, and we have Michigan, Texas under 48.5 as the official pick. You put that in, right, Pete?
Yes, sir.
Under. Okay. Here's a game we referenced earlier. We got Wednesday, 3:30, Las Vegas, Nevada. Utah opened up at minus 13.5, went to 16.5, then back down to 14.5. The over/under opened at 50.5. Raiola's still out. Obviously, the starting running back is out. That's all they need to be out for Nebraska. I had on here Kyle Whittingham's last game as head coach. Last game as head coach for Utah, not his last game as head coach. So you have that going on. So I guess we'll start with Peter this time. Where are you coming down in this game here, the Las Vegas Bowl?
Well, yeah, new head coach. Great to see him. I'd like to see him win and get out on a win, which I think.
They'll want to go out and win. I think the whole team, a lot of the team anyway. There's only two or three.
He's been a long time. I mean, he built this program. I mean, I'd love to see him win. I'm sure his players are going to rally around the guy and play well for him. I have little doubt of that. So I fully expect that Utah will win this game. Probably pretty handily would be my thought. Obviously, I'd play totals here. 50.5 is what I was looking at. I don't know what to do with that because I don't know what Nebraska's going to do. I probably would have been leaning under, but I'm not playing it. But I do think, if I was going to do anything here, I would probably lay the points with Utah. That's a pretty big number, but I'd still probably lay those points. But that's my thoughts.
Darren.
Yeah, is Whittingham actually coaching this game? I mean, he had the press conference yesterday or the other day. Is he actually coaching this game?
I don't think so. I actually think he's going to be at the Michigan game.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I thought I had read somewhere that he, Kyle Whittingham won't coach Utah in the bowl game. So, all right, so that makes sense because I got something here that says the defensive coordinator has taken over as the full-time head coach, which apparently, if you've been following Utah, this has been planned for like 2 or 3 years. They were just waiting for Whittingham to get out of the way. So he is not going to be coaching this game. But like Pete had said, I would lay these points in a minute. Nebraska is a train wreck, man. I don't even
what about the under? I mean, I think Nebraska's going to score much.
The problem is Utah could potentially get 48 on their own, which means Nebraska just needs to kick a field goal.
That's the issue.
I don't know what Nebraska. I mean, look at it. Nebraska. I mean, you'd mentioned Raiola's gone. Their defense coordinator fired. Their backup quarterback Latif, he's injured. Emmett Johnson opted out for the draft. That guard they got from Notre Dame, he opted out. He started all 12 games for Nebraska. I mean, they're missing a ton of key pieces on the offensive side of the ball. If you're leaning the over here, you better hope Utah does most of the heavy lifting. I think like DraftKings has 14, but I'm sure there's 13 and a halves out there. I didn't bet this because I had 3 already here. And I don't like to go too crazy during bowl season. But if for some reason I felt like a 4th game, this would be it, especially if I could find a 13 and a half somewhere.
Right. Oof. We're going to move on. Here we go.
Tim, you can go last here because we know you got something to say about your 2 favorite teams.
So, all right, Arlington, Texas. I believe this is in the Cotton Bowl. I believe open line. Ohio State -9.5. Over under 42.5. Darren, kick us off here. Where are you going?
I'm just going to say, as much as I want to bet Ohio State, I think that's too many points. I mean, last time we saw Ohio State, they had a couple drives where they moved the ball against Indiana, and granted, Indiana has an excellent defense, but so does Miami. But you have 2 good drives like that in that Big Ten championship game, and you come away with 0 points. I mean, Miami's defense is capable of doing the same thing to Julian Sayin and that offense. That being said, Ohio State's defense isn't anything to sneeze at either, and we all know Carson Beck is more than capable of handing this game to the Buckeyes without too much trouble. So, if anything, I kind of lean the under here because both these defenses are really, really good. But because I expect an under, I would probably take the points. Just, doing some math. I just think that's too many points. But I'm not betting it because I hate Miami. But if I had to take a play, I would take those points, especially if you can find a 10 between now and then. But I'd be all right with the 9.5.
Peter.
What an interesting game. So there is a team I hate far more than Miami, which is that other team on the slide. So
this is like a bowl game for us, like the 2 teams that we hate the most.
So I would love to see Miami pound the crap out of the Buckeyes in this game. I would be thrilled to see that happen. I'm sorry, Tim, but I would be naked running around the living room if that were happening because that would make me very, very happy.
Don't you do that normally? I mean, isn't
no,
that
I
don't
normally do that, but
I mean, that's like that's a Wednesday ritual, isn't it? I think.
Anyway, yeah. Everything. If you look everything you just said, Darren, you read everything on paper. You look at everybody's picks out there. Under. Right, defense, both sides, slow game, all that. Right. I am going completely contra to that. Right. I am betting the over in this game of 42.5. I think we're going to get something. Well, I got 41.5, but I was reading off your slide there. So 41.5 on the over is the actual number that I got. I think this is going to go a little contra to what we would normally see in a game like this with the defenses. That does happen occasionally with games when you have 2 good defenses like this. I think we're going to see that. I think you're going to see the playbooks open up a little bit. I think they're going to have to, especially in the second half. Yeah, I cannot wait to watch this game as long as the Buckeyes aren't pounding Miami, because at that point I will turn it off. But as long as that's not happening, I'm really excited for this game. But I do think you're going to see more points scored than you would normally think would be based on what's on paper here. And so I am going 1 unit on the over, 41.5. And sorry, but go Canes.
Well, to paraphrase what you said, I would love to see Ohio State beat the living crap out of Miami. So apologize to all of my Michigan friends. Ohio State is in the top 5 of teams I don't like, but Miami is cemented at number 1. So I would say, Miami, Florida, Clemson, Notre Dame, Ohio State. So there's like my top 5. But yeah, I mean, I'm almost tempted to just bet Miami money line to totally jinx it, since my picks have been totally ass all year, and this year really cannot end quickly enough for my bankroll. But yeah, I'm in the opposite. I will be running around naked in my living room if Ohio State is beating the crap out of Miami. I also agree with no. Yeah, I still like the under here. I think both defenses are pretty good. We're very good. But yeah, it's going to ruin my New Year's. Even my wife's making our lucky crab rangoons for the game. So we're pulling out all the stops here, all the science. I may bet money line Miami just to throw the jinx a little bit more, but I really want someone to beat Miami and end their season. The sooner the better. Any final thoughts from you guys?
So in conclusion, one of us will be naked during this game.
Yes. Yes. So hopefully it's me. I apologize to the neighbors.
Dude, as soon as this game kicks off, I'm blocking both of you for the next 4 hours.
All right. The other playoff game, Oregon and Texas Tech. It's going to be at noon in Miami. We got Texas Tech -1.5. It moved to 2.5 with an over-under of 52.5. All right, Darren, you want to go first?
Yeah, I mean, now I'm looking Oregon is favored, laying 2.5 here. 51.5 now is the total at DraftKings as we're sitting here. Initially, I would have, like, going into this whole bracket thing before any of these first round games were played, I would have been all over Oregon here, but I was not impressed with what I saw defensively in that second half against James Madison. I mean, I know you had that game in hand, but you gave up a 99-yard drive in the fourth quarter there. And Texas Tech's defense is no joke. I mean, I get it. They play in the Big 12. But it just, I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't bet Oregon here just because that fourth quarter scared the hell out of me. And I mean, Texas Tech, they went all in, man. They spent a crap ton of money. They made all the right purchases. It's paying off for them. If they win this, it would not surprise me one bit. I like Oregon, but I can't bet this game, man. I passed on it altogether. But yeah, just the slightest of leans to Oregon, but not confident enough to put any money down here.
All right. Well, full transparency, I really want to bet the over on this game. Every time I see Oregon, I'm thinking Oregon equals over. I look at the offenses, I look, everything. And because I'm so convinced that the over is going to hit, I'm betting the under. So I have a bet here of 1 unit of under. I believe it's 50. Let me pull this up here. 52.5. Like I said, this year has been, every time I'm so sure of a pick, it always comes in the opposite. So every time I bet the over, I'm sitting, I'm watching drive stall, field goals get clanked off the side. Coaches messing up, calling bubble screens on 3rd and 13. So they deserve all the punishment they get for this. So I'm going against my instincts. Oregon's efficiency meets Texas Tech's defense. The drive's going to get longer. The clock's going to keep moving. And usually what normally happens is my over bet is dead by halftime. So I'm betting under, not because I don't like points, but because I know myself. So if the over decides to hit, you're welcome. I took the bullet, so you don't have to. Pete, any thoughts on this game?
Yeah, you just did what I did in the last game, right? You went contra to your what everything would say to you is probably the right play. Every ounce of my being screams over in this game. I so wanted to play the over. Just everything feels like this is an over all day long, which is why I'm not playing it, because it's probably wrong, right? It's just because it feels so clearly to be an over to me. That's when I get myself in trouble when I bet these. That's why I didn't bet it. So I like your bet, because that's generally what happens. If I feel that strongly something's an over, it probably is not going to be. There's something that's going to happen. I like this. This score makes sense. I just think it's going to be the opposite. I do think Oregon's going to win this game. I could see 28-24 the other way for sure. I could see this type of score make a lot of sense. I do think Oregon's going to win this game, though. I like that team, although Texas Tech is really good too. So this is like NFL light. This is going to be a really good game. I mean, I look forward to watching this game. These teams.
This might be the most fun of the quarterfinal games.
Yeah, these are two good teams. I'm looking forward to watching this game.
So be interesting to keep our eyes on. So now we're going to move on to, this will be a very interesting game as well. Indiana and Alabama on the first at 4:00. Opening line is Indiana -7 with an over-under of 48.5. -6.5 I saw on Hard Rock Bet and FanDuel. So if you have those and you can get the extra half point there, go ahead and grab it. Peter, we'll start with you with this game. What are you thinking?
No, I usually just bet totals. I didn't bet anything here, just to be clear, but lay those points. Take Indiana. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Bama didn't belong here in the first place. They're going to get exposed by a superior team here. Indiana is going to throttle them. They're going to beat them double digits all day long here. Not a question in the world. Indiana's a far better team. So that's that. I mean, I think that I might bet that, even though I don't usually lay points and bet like that. But yeah, that to me that's a low number. I love laying 7 here all day long. So that's the direction I would go. Heck, I may bet that when we're done here today. So that's my thoughts.
Darren.
I have nothing to add. I agree with everything Pete said. It's up to 7.5 at FanDuel, and it wouldn't surprise me if it hits 8 or 8.5 by kickoff. I love Indiana here.
Also went back up again.
Yeah, it's well, you're going to see that there's going to be a reason for that, because Alabama still has no run game. And I agree with Pete. I mean, we talked about how good Oklahoma's defense was, and they're a decent defense. But I mean, Mateer throws the pick 6. I don't see Mendoza doing that here. I think everything he said is right. I think Alabama's going to get brutally disposed of here. I mean, Indiana's legit, man. I mean, they look great no matter who they're playing. It's a team that went into Oregon and beat them, 30-20 or whatever it was. And now you giving Kurt Signetti extra time to prepare for this. Yeah. This is good.
I would love to see Indiana or Texas Tech win this thing. The whole
Indiana
would be lovely.
I don't think Texas Tech is, but I think you got a shot with Indiana. They are.
Well, they spend enough money, that's for damn sure. That's
no.
Well. Oh, here we go. Thursday, 8:00, New Orleans in the Sugar Bowl. Opening line, Georgia -6.5 with an over under of 55.5. Who wants to go first? Darren, do you want to go first?
I did lay the 6.5 with Georgia, and Tim, please don't jinx me on this, because I know you're in agreement here. But yeah, I mean, I remember. I mean, we were all sitting at some restaurant in Florida when these two teams played last, and Ole Miss had a nice little lead going into the fourth quarter, and then Georgia put a freaking beat down on them, and Georgia wasn't even playing that well. Georgia is now playing much better football than they were during this game the first time. I think Ole Miss is going to get I don't want to say exposed. I still think they're a good team here, but I did the bet because I still was getting the 6.5 here, 7. I may be like, okay, stay away. But Georgia's defense is coming around. Yeah, I laid the 6.5.
Okay. All right, well, I'll go ahead and give my bet here. I also laid the 6.5 here. I'm going to lay it with the dogs. I'm also going to under 55.5. Mississippi, they rely on the big play. They go for it on fourth down an awful lot. Georgia is built for this kind of matchup, I believe. They're physical. They limit the explosive plays. The total is 55.5. Would suggest a track meet. I think it's going to go the other way. Big time possessions, the game tightens up, the longer drives, fewer freebies. And if Georgia gets the lead, Kirby Smart's a good coach. He's not going to do to hurry up. If he gets a 2 or 3 score lead, he's going to sit there and he's going to run the ball and work the clock. So I like Georgia minus the 6.5, and I like the under of 55.5. Peter.
Don't have a bet, but I love both of these. I mean, I agree. Georgia is going to win this game. They're made for these games. I think this team just plays well in these games. The only time they lose these games is when they run across a team that's just better than them, and there aren't many teams better than them these days. So I truly think they're going to win. So I love laying the points. I agree with the under. I think this defense is going to be raring to go. I think they're going to hold Ole Miss down, and I think you're going to see a score, maybe even less than this for Ole Miss. We'll see, but. Yeah, both of these make perfect sense to me. So love it.
And the other thing I think that that I thought about this was this Georgia team was in the playoff last year, so they do have that experience, where Ole Miss has not. And you go back to 2023 Michigan, where 2022 Michigan, I believe, got spanked. Well, they didn't get spanked, but they played terrible against TCU. McCarthy didn't look like he knew what he was doing. but he had that big game experience. He comes back the following year. They beat Bama in the Rose Bowl. They go on to win the national championship. So I think there is something to be said for teams that have actually participated in last year's 12-team playoff as well. So again, that experience there leads me to bet Georgia here.
Okay. Well, that's going to wrap it up for now. We'll be back again later on. We have some 4 or 5 games after the playoff here. So let's wrap this up. Pete, what you got this week?
Trying to stay positive in our bowls here. So Vandy under 46.5, Michigan and Texas under 48.5, and Miami and Ohio State, go Canes, over 41.5.
All right, and I am continuing to be horrible. We have Oregon, Texas Tech under 52.5, Georgia minus 6.5, and I also have Georgia, Ole Miss. I have the under 55.5. This year cannot get over quickly enough. Thank God for the Rams, who currently are getting their asses kicked 21-0, but they've been keeping me afloat, sort of. Darren, what you got this week?
Yeah, I should have just not picked any game for the rest of the season and just sat on my record because it's probably going to come crashing down at some point. But I actually do kind of like these 3, which means I probably have a 1-2 week incoming here. But yeah, I went USC laying the 6.5 over TCU, laid the 3 with Duke over Arizona State, and went with you, Tim, laying the 6.5 in Georgia over Ole Miss.
I'll apologize to you now. Sorry for jinxing that.
That's all right, man. I don't blame you.
All right, everybody, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Spotify and our Apple Podcast. Share it with a friend. We hope you had a Merry Christmas. Have a Happy New Year. Enjoy the playoffs, and we'll be back later on this week with the rest of the games. We'll see you next time.